Thank you, Minister. Just to let people know of how this technology actually works, is that when the officer at the beginning of his or her shift takes possession of the camera, it turns on. All right? And then when the officer uses the body-worn video camera as he or she is walking up and down the road or having that engagement with the community, they then activate the camera at that point in time. And when the camera is activated, it then goes back 30 seconds and records information 30 seconds prior to the activation, which is important. So that then is, information is recorded until the officer turns the camera off from recording at that point in time, and then if there's a requirement to return it straight back on again, they can do that, and it'll again capture the previous 30 seconds. So that's very important to understand how the process actually works. Also with that, it's important to note that the camera works very well at night time in low light. It also works very well from an aspect of collection of both the audio, what's being spoken about, and what they can hear at that point in time, and also what they can see. It's a very wide-angled lens, which can actually pick up a very wide environment at the time. So there's a lot of technical aspects of it. The reason it has taken a little while to actually get to this point in time, it's not so much the front end of the technology, it's the back end of the technology, and that's about how we collect the data, how we record the data, how we tag the data. All that information is quite complicated, and we've now got a solution which really supports the officers. And while the officers are very pleased with the camera, what they're really pleased about how easy it is to do all that back end activity. That's all I have. So any questions?
How has it benefited interstate officers?
Well, the issue is it's only really Queensland that has started. They're slightly in front of us, but how it will benefit us is the fact that it provides reliable evidence in court. That's probably the biggest issue, and especially when you get around observations of what police see. We all know that we can write a 5-page statement as to what we've seen, but nothing beats vision like this.
Is there an obligation for police to turn it on in certain instances, or is it completely up to their own discretion?
No, it's like most things in policing, there's a policy position, and the policy is when there's interaction with the public, that is to be turned on. So it's to record. It's to record for those interactions with the community.
Obviously, as they get used to it, though, there might be instances when, in the heat of the moment, they may forget to turn it on. Is there going to be a grace period where police aren't expected to get it right every time?
Well, while that could occur, but with training and practice, I don't think that will be an issue for us. And the other thing you need to remember is that both officers in a patrol, both of them have the camera on. So you could have an incident, say a fight, for an example, there could be 5 or 6 police officers involved in that in one way or another. There will be 5 or 6 cameras going. So it's not just one camera is turned on, they're all turned on.
Could someone who's had an incident with police then request that vision if they said that it could work in their favour?
If there's a police complaints process, if that's what's happened, we would undoubtedly provide that data, that vision to the police complaints, through the police complaints investigation.
I guess it would help with anyone who complains that a police officer was too heavy-handed or something.
That's right. I think that's where I think is a significant opportunity for us, because there are complaints which are quite appropriate, and then there's, on the other hand, there's a lot of what I would argue is frivolous complaints. So this will provide that balance, and as I said before, it provides the reliability of what actually occurred at that particular time, which is the important aspect in this.
How long does it take